Get to bets on a budget. We got 5 bets in
Three
the NFL
dogs.
Week 7.
I'm sorry, 2 dogs, my bad.
2 dogs,
Three
three
favorites.
favorites. The best bets for your money at the value that we could find them. Here we go. Bets on a budget.
I bet number 1. I'm going to go with Detroit +3. Look, they're at Baltimore. In the last, I think it's 3 years, Jared Goff is the best quarterback against the spread in football, and him getting 3 points in what I think will be kind of a windy, cold, wet game is big. Think about last year when Baltimore needed Justin Tucker to hit the crossbar and it flip over from like 63 yards for them to win by like a point. Like these teams are close. They both have a lot of talent, and Jared Goff's one of the most undervalued quarterbacks. I didn't pick it, but this is one of those where it wouldn't surprise me if Detroit wins outright. So me getting points with one of the best quarterbacks against the spread in football, I'll take Detroit +3 all day.
Yeah.
I'd feel better if it was +3.5, but I'll take +3.
Yeah, I like it. That team is playing very passionate football. Those fans in Detroit are loving it. Have you seen the videos out of Detroit?
They deserve it.
They are rolling right now. So, yes, I don't love the spot that they've been put into. I took Baltimore in the predictions. But this is going to be, I'd say, one of the best games that we're going to see this week.
Yeah, I would agree. Buffalo -8.5 against New England. I mean, first of all, New England can't put up any points. That's problem number 1. And the last 3 times Buffalo's played, New England and Bill Belichick, they've punted 3 times collectively. Bill has no answer for Josh Allen's physical. I mean, he's a specimen. Now you have the rookie cornerback Christian Gonzalez out for the year. Matt Judon's still out. That defense isn't even as good as we think it was, and it wasn't even that fantastic to begin with. And so Buffalo 8.5, and especially, again, good teams that win ugly. That's an easy week of coaching for Sean McDermott. That's saying, hey boys, we won. We got to clean some shit up, all right? And here it is. Here's what we got to do. And they're gonna fire on all cylinders, hair on fire. To me, that's a 14-point game right there. It's gonna be. There's still gonna be somewhat of a slugfest feel to it because New England, at home, 27-13 type game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think it's going to be more of a blowout on
Yeah, 13 is a lot of
Buffalo
points
side.
for New England. Yeah, maybe 27.
I don't see them scoring many
6.
points, and I don't see them stopping Josh Allen very often either. I'm going to take the Bills. I'm going to take them by a lot.
Yeah. I'm going to go with Cleveland -2 at Indianapolis. I love the number that I'm getting at 2. Even 2.5 I'd feel comfortable because I think at the closest, the closest this game could potentially be, I think it's a field goal for Cleveland. I think Cleveland wins by a field goal, and that's as close as I'm going to get. And so for them getting, or I guess I'll swallow the 2 points because I don't think that's going to be a problem.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I don't think it's going to be a 1-point game. I don't think Gardner Minshew is going to beat them outright. So I'll take Cleveland and that defense, no matter who's starting at quarterback, to beat Indianapolis. And this is mostly just based on their defense going against Gardner Minshew and a pretty inferior offensive unit.
I 100% agree, pretty much for all the same reasons. And I don't like this Indianapolis offense if you take Anthony Richardson out of the equation, right?
Gardner's not bad.
No, he's not bad, but there's just, you get more special with Richardson.
Yeah. First of all, you get the running, but it's just there's not a lot of aid on the outside either. So
No.
Let's go with the Chargers +5.5 at Kansas City. If I remember correctly, I think 3 out of the last 4 games have been decided by a possession or less. So these LA plays the Chiefs really tight. Yes, the Chiefs win a lot of the games, but they play them very close. Getting 5 points, again, for the Chiefs offense, who has not been clicking on all cylinders. Again, good team at home, should have won the Chargers last week. Will come out with a much better game plan with their hair on fire. I don't think it's a spot they win, but I think the Chiefs win in a very, very close game. I'll take them by 3. I think it's going to be another kind of ugly-ish game. I'm going to go 21-18. Chiefs win, but the Chargers cover.
Yeah, I can see this one being pretty close. I mean, these divisional opponents always, it's never a bad time to watch them.
No.
And they have a way of surprising you. I think the Chargers are a better team than they lead on sometimes.
It's just, look, they get out the leads, and then they let teams crawl back in, and it's close, and they either lose close or
I was talking
they
about
win
Atlanta
close.
doing that earlier.
Yeah.
That's something
that's the Chargers right there. That's the Chargers' MO.
Chargers handbook. Yeah, I like this game being closer, though, and I can see the Chiefs kind of dropping the ball a little bit on defense here to J. Herb.
Yeah. All right, let's go with San Francisco. Again, staying with the theme of good teams that lost or didn't play very well, bouncing back the next week. Good coaches, good quarterbacks, and good teams generally bounce back. San Francisco minus 6.5 at Minnesota. This is such a tough spot. And Minnesota already had it tough enough having to play San Francisco. But to get them off that loss
in prime time,
oh, dude, that's going to be they're going to be out for blood. That's already a physical team. You just ramped it up tenfold. That has the potential for me to be a 3-touchdown game. That's got, I think I already put a 31-13. That's got 20-point game written all over it. Yeah, I feel bad for Minnesota. It's a bad matchup that got even worse because San Francisco lost last week.
Yeah. It's going to be a bloodbath. It's going to be one of the most fun games to watch, I guess, just because of the offensive explosion you're about to see from San Francisco, and the showing that they're going to put on. It's not going to be a close game at all, but you'll see all those touchdowns on red zone for sure.
I also love the number at 6.5, because if it's a touchdown game, you're still covered, and I can't. There's no way it's any less than a touchdown game.
No.
And it's, again, kind of going back to the Cleveland thing. At the lowest, this is a touchdown spread, and so to get the 6.5, you're on the right side of the hook. So I'll take San Francisco there. To run back through them, Detroit at +3 at Baltimore, Buffalo minus 8.5 at New England, Cleveland minus 2 at Indianapolis, the Chargers +5.5 at KC, and San Francisco minus 6.5 at Minnesota. One thing I will notice: all road teams. We got all road teams.
Everybody traveling.
I think home field's overrated.
I think in some spots it is, but I don't think you can say that as a blanket statement. And you're telling me that?
I think in general, I think it's pretty overrated.
You're telling me Buffalo at home, late season.
Yeah. Well, late season,
Green
that's
Bay
different.
in Lambeau Field.
Yeah, I think it's overrated. I think it's only worth probably about a point to a point and a half.
All right.
It used to be 3.5. I think it's about down to about a point and a half.
Yeah?
Yeah.
All right, fair enough.
Bets on a budget. Week 7, hopefully keeping it rolling. We're at 60%, 18-12 on the year.
Sounds good. When we will